Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Call the Cops. My name is Officer Jamie Keneally. As always, big show in store. One of my favorite guests is in studio tonight. And if you know, well, you must know I'm talking about Elvis Garcia.
Hello.
Community or youth service officer?
Youth/community.
He does it all. He does it all. He's assigned to District E5, and as you can tell by the pictures on your screen, we are talking Halloween. Can you believe 5 days away from one of the coolest holidays, I know for kids, even for adults, but listen, we're talking safety tips tonight. We're also talking about the fact that District E5 has the Halloween party scheduled for Friday, all that and more. Tonight's show, Elvis Garcia in the house. All right, other stuff we'd like to get to. I want to thank last week's guests. We had Billy Jones and Sergeant Eric Krause in the house talking about RAD, which for those of you who didn't see the show, RAD stands for Rape Aggression Defense System. It's a great program offered through the Boston Police Department. This is free, folks, and it's a 4-week program. The feedback we're getting back about it is great. So essentially, it's designed to help you, and God forbid, you find yourself face-to-face with an attacker. But here's the deal. This program is designed to empower you and to give you a game plan in case, again, you come face-to-face with an attacker. I know we had a sexual assault last week in Brighton. They're going to have a class starting up pretty soon. So for more information about RAD, please go to bpdnews.com and get all the information you need about signing up for a class. All right, this is interesting. Boston Globe still on the receiving end of all sorts of really well-deserved criticism for revealing the identity of the woman who called in what should have been an anonymous tip. The tip, of course, that led to the arrest of Whitey Bulger. If you're upset and angry at the Globe, let me tell you right now, folks, you are not alone. So continue to call the Boston Globe and voice your displeasure with their decision to identify a person who is trying to fight crime and do so anonymously. Bad decision, to say the least, by the Boston Globe. Wow. All right. Yeah, I'm not happy about it. Don't know if you missed this, but this was the scene at the Paul Revere Mall in the North End earlier this month. BPD recently dedicating a plaque in memory and in honor of Officer Andrew Cuneo. Officer Cuneo, not only the first Italian-born police officer in the Boston Police Department, but sadly the first Italian-born police officer killed in the line of duty. The tragic incident took place some 90 years ago when Officer Cuneo was shot and killed after confronting an armed suspect in the North End. Again, this plaque unveiled earlier this month, and it's there to remind folks to never forget and to always remember Police Officer Andrew B.
Because honoring an Italian-American who was making his duty here in the United States, it means honoring all the Italian-American community, their hard work, their resilience, and their achievements. That's why it was very important for me to be here.
And as this has unfolded and his story and all the research that Officer Anthony did, it was just remarkable how clearly my dad remembered him and remembered him so well.
We wear the same cloth that he does. We walk in the same boots that he did. We walk the same beat that he did. You know, to recognize our first, whether it's the first Latino or whether it's the first Irish officer, but these officers were killed in the line of duty. We have to remember our officers that sacrificed their lives in order to fulfill our end of the bargain. Our end of the bargain is we have to remember them so that future generations will remember our history. In the nation's oldest police department, and we have to make sure that everybody remembers what they gave in order to get us to where we are today.
Well said, Police Officer Bobby Anthony. All right, little hardwood, little hoops now, and a team from the BPD taking on a group of kids from a team called Score for More All-Stars. And this was a heck of a game. Came down to double overtime. Pick it up early. Bobby Griffin with the ball in the bucket. I think Griff had 10 points in the ball game. A little bit later, BPD looking good. Danny Mulhern, a little pump fake. Down low to Deputy Superintendent Greeley with the nice roll. And leading scorer, who's that, you ask? Well, that would have been Bruce Higgins. Bruce leading the way with 2 of his 25 right here, but not enough as the team from the BPD loses 76-74 in double overtime.
Wow. To play a good pickup game against the police, the Boston Police Department.
different units. And we just want the kids to basically trust in the cops and know that they're not the bad guys, that it's okay to talk, hang, and relate to them any which way possible.
I wanted to get kids in the inner city working with cops, you know, on a different basis and on the streets, just to play a little game of basketball, get to know one another. So they see us as them, as we're kids at heart, and want to play a little ball together.
It's good. I mean, a lot of the guys still live in the city, and it's important to them. They're residents of the city, and they enjoy it. They're all competitive, and they're all athletes, and most of the guys have kids out there, so they enjoy being around kids, and it's just a positive for both the kids and the police officers.
Good game, 76-74.
Lost?
Yeah, they lost. Oh. Double overtime. The kids were young and fast. Operation North Star, we talk about it all the time. Great program designed by Officer Michelle Maffeo. You see her right there, right of your screen. Michelle and Deputy Nora Baston recently stopped by the Elks in West Roxbury to educate folks about the program. Program, of course, designed to help police officers locate individuals who are dealing with Alzheimer's or children with autism. And Michelle and Nora spent the day collecting some important information in the event a loved one goes missing. They snap photos, and again, these can't say enough about Nora and Michelle doing some great work. And again, spent the day collecting information. The information they gathered is going to help us in the event one of your loved ones goes missing.
Unbelievable. The community, either walking around, going to community meetings, or just interacting on the street. People are, it's long overdue.
We had a great response from the parents, and we were out here today. We were getting all the appropriate information that we would need if they wandered off. We got digital photos as well, and we had a good overall turnout for day one.
Check out bpdnews.com. All right, how's this for unbelievable? BPD recently conducted a sting of small businesses in the Dudley Street, Lower Blue Hill Ave, Grove Hill section of Roxbury. Come to find out, how about this? 14 stores, 14 found guilty of selling the drug paraphernalia you see there on your screen. Some of the stuff being sold included crack pipe kits. I'm not making this up. Wow. And here's the funny thing. Guess who's the first to complain about the drug activity affecting that area? If you're guessing those 14 businesses, I think that would be a good guess.
Wow.
Little bit of irony there today.
Interesting.
Elvis, yeah, things that make you go, huh? What? All right, tonight we're talking Halloween safety. Nice thing about tonight's show is actually we're talking about the party before it happens.
Exactly.
So we're gonna give folks.
Usually we're giving it to
we usually tell them after it's happened.
Oh, look what you missed.
Look what you missed. It was awesome. But you're looking at some of the photos taken at some of the parties at District E5, District E13, and I got to tell you, a lot of our stations do some great work. But E5, look at these kids. There's a scary looking skeleton to the left of your screen, and I think we get some more scary looking ghouls and goblins coming up right here. Ooh, yeah, yes. I think, is that Freddy? No, that's not Freddy. Jason, excuse me. Friday the 13th fame to your far left.
Tim Thomas, right?
Could be Tim Thomas, I don't know. But here's what we're trying to say. A lot of police officers out there working hard to make this a safe, fun day. We got one of the best in studio tonight, Elvis Garcia, talking about what they're doing at District E5. And I got to say, Elvis, you guys, and I'm not going to say you guys do it better, but you guys certainly do it really well.
So
without any further ado, let's welcome my man into the studio.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
It's mine.
It's our 8th annual Halloween party.
8th?
8th. Time is moving. Yes.
Now, have you been involved in all 8?
All 8. Yes, scary.
Woohoo! That's scary, buddy.
That is scary.
But do you remember, can you take us back 8 years ago and why you guys decided, or why do we host Halloween parties?
Well, again, an opportunity for the kids. Anytime we get an opportunity to build relationships with our community, especially our prized possession, our children.
You got it.
And we got to do our best to try to get them to a place where they can be safe and have fun, and where the parents can also be a part of it as well.
Parents must love it, and you can probably speak to the feedback. But yeah, I mean, I got a little guy this year. Keegan James is 2.5. I think he's watching. Mother better be watching. But
they're full of energy.
They're full of energy, but you want, it's like, geez, do I take them trick-or-treating, or is there a place I can take them, kind of one-stop shop and get the whole Halloween experience, but in a safe, controlled environment? I think we're talking about what's going on at District E5.
That's a good word, one-stop shop. We got everything. We got free food and candy. We got spooky DJ. You got moonwalk, jugglers, face painting. And then the K9 and the Bomb Squad demonstrate. They do a great job.
Yeah, Bomb Squad, they'll be blowing up pumpkins this year.
Yeah.
Or something. They're going to blow something up.
They'll blow something up.
Yeah, we just.
And then they're going to, and costumes are optional, but we strongly recommend you come in a costume.
Well, judging by the pictures we're showing up on the screen, costumes don't appear to be optional because every kid there has a costume on.
Because they get an opportunity to win prizes. They're going to be judged by the best costumes.
And we're going to talk about that. It's the first prize is a cash prize of upwards of $1,000 cash for the best. It's either that or free pizza. I'm not sure. We're going to have to
I'll lead towards
that.
the free pizza. And they're going to be being judged by real judges, too.
Oh, as opposed to the fake judges.
Yes, right.
Fake judge controversy
Judge
from years
Rhodes,
past.
Yes, yes. And they're going to have magicians, too, as well.
How much fun is it for you to be involved in this?
Oh, it's a wonderful time. It's great to see. Anytime you get these kids in there and see them smiling, and it's from a different perspective. You're not dealing them from a cost robbers type of thing, more like a relational type of thing.
Looking out for you.
Yeah,
we care about you. We know it's a great night, and we want you to be safe. So won't you come on down and have some fun with us?
And it's an opportunity to break that stereotype. Sometimes, a lot of times, the parents, when they say, hey, if you're going to be bad, we're going to call the police on you.
Yeah,
and so we don't like that. So we try to get build a friendly where they can, because when they get lost and something's wrong with them, it's important that they see us as someone that's going to help them,
we
not
want
hurt
them to
them.
gravitate towards us instead of being afraid of us.
Instead of afraid of us.
You know what? We make that point all the time with the show, but it's worth making again. Parents at home, if your kid's misbehaving or being disruptive and you see a police officer close by, please do not say to that young child, if you keep it up, that, person in the blue uniform is going to arrest you because it does us a disservice. It makes our job all the tougher. We took this job because we care about your kids and we want to keep them safe.
Exactly. There you go.
So that said, you get me all fired up tonight, Elvis. I'm telling you. So let's talk. Let's get the nuts and bolts out of the way. So when is the party?
The party is in 2 days.
So today is Wednesday, October 26th.
It's going to be Friday, October 28th. From
Awesome.
5 o'clock to 8 o'clock.
Okay.
It's going to be a fun time, man.
And 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., let's get some of these quick questions out of the way. How much is this thing going to cost? How much money do folks need to bring with them before they gain entry into this phenomenal party?
Zero. It's
zero.
Free.
Everything's free.
Everything's free.
How do you do that?
The great businesses in our community.
They
do a fantastic job in terms of supporting us every time we go out there and we tell them we need to do something for the kids. As soon as we mention our kids in the community, they come out like that.
Let's first question, how long does it take to plan this? Do you start planning as soon as the party's over?
As soon as the party is over, we start planning. We send out letters of thank you to our sponsors and people that donate candy, because everything that is provided has been donated
awesome.
by the businesses around us.
And I want to get to that in a second, but I think keys to success, dedicated officers. Captain Hassan, of course, out there does a great job.
Exactly.
But kudos. When I say obviously you need some dedicated officers and civilian staff, who comes to mind when I say that?
Kerry Egan, Louis Vasquez, Eddie Roach, Sergeant Jameson. You got Zilmer, the civilian Zilmer, and Nilda Cologne, and
a ton of good people.
A ton of.
You guys are lucky.
We got great people.
You get some great people out there, Five.
They want to do their best.
So you get good people internally. Now, when you tell me about the process, like when you approach a business, say, hey, listen, the Halloween party's coming up. We want to make this a special time for the kids. I mean, you just went through a list. You get food donated. You get so much donated. Who do you go to, and who comes up big?
We don't have to go anymore.
You don't.
They come to us. They call us. They say, when is this happening? It's so, we've got such a great relationship with them.
And the reputation for this party is.
Yeah, exactly. They see the product that we produce with their help, and they're calling us coming. You're talking about September. They're starting to already call us, say what you need.
I love it. They're already budgeting for the events that they can contribute to. So we mentioned a couple before we came out, but this show is about giving some love and some appreciation to people who help us out, because police departments, we ain't breaking the bank. we can't.
And that's
the money ain't there.
That's the reason why it's a great opportunity for families, because the economy being how it is, it's an opportunity where they can come and have a time, and it doesn't cost them anything.
That's a great point. That's a great point. But let's just, Roach Brothers, do they play a role?
Huge role.
Yep.
Everyone plays a huge role. Roach Brothers, we're in partnership with the Roach Center. They're allowing us to use their facilities, and they help us get this organized as well.
So you get there, so you got a couple things going on.
Oh,
Loads of activity and action
Loads
on
of
the front lawn of District E5. Loads of stuff going on inside the station.
And the Roach Center.
And then the Roach Center.
Is also.
So what's going on? Is there a haunted house?
They got also they have the moon a bouncy over there.
Yeah,
moonwalk,
kids love the bouncy.
And they're
oh
gonna
my
have,
God, the bouncy by itself is you can't go wrong there.
Oh, it's a wonderful, and the spooky movies inside the cells.
Beautiful.
It's good.
Now, food, candy, I'm assuming.
Yes.
We're talking pizzas.
Pizzas.
God knows how much money worth of pizza, but we talked about 3 before we came out. I know you said Christo's, MJ's, Domino's Pizza, Real Deal, Pizza and Subs.
They and I think the ones in Target.
Oh, Target Pizza.
Yep.
I think they're on Washington Street.
Yep, exactly. They help us out a lot. Like I said, we couldn't do this without them.
How many kids do you think? I mean, it's crazy. I'm not a crowd estimate guy, but
they estimate about close to 3,000 people showed up last time.
Wow. So are we talking? So are there at least 3,000 slices of pizza? Is everybody getting a slice of pizza?
Somebody's getting something.
Someone's getting some pizza.
They get candy. They get a little bit of everything. It's a fun time.
What kind of feedback do you get? I imagine you get people coming up to you after the fact because you're obviously hugely involved in the community.
Oh, they
what
love
are people
it.
saying to you?
They loving it. They're thanking us all the time, and I just say, hey, thank you for coming because again, partnership, and that's important.
Well, buddy, you said something pretty cool earlier too. I asked you, why do this, and you were like, well, it's a chance to say thank you to the folks. Wouldn't expound or expand upon that?
Just thanking them because a lot of times it takes that old cliche, it takes a village to raise.
It takes a village.
And we're all trying to understand that we're here to serve one another. As I'm serving you, you're serving me by providing ways and methods to trust our relationship with your children, because that's important. Our children is our future, and we got to find ways to get them to understand the importance of following and leading and doing things in a positive way.
And doing for them, doing it together.
Yep.
And I couldn't agree with you more. Showing folks that, hey, we're committed and we care. And this is an opportunity for us to come together and realize that we're hopefully all working off the same script.
Exactly.
So, movies, food, pizza, mentioned some of these other places. Any other places that come up big in terms of donations?
They all come up big. The banks in the community, everybody does a little bit.
And the banks just drop money off? What do they do?
No, we try as much to allocate everything. Try not to deal in terms of money. If there's something that can be paid, they would tell us what we need to be paid, and we just direct them, and they'll take care of it.
All this stuff, like we get jugglers, face paint, magicians.
It's a fun time.
Clowns.
The kids are there all day. They don't want to leave. When the parents, it's time to go, they're like, no.
What do you do at 8 o'clock? I can't imagine if you get a ton of people there at 8 o'clock, the party keeps going?
Yeah, we gotta like close it down, shut it down. The kids don't want to go home sometimes.
So I got to hit on this again, though. But eight years in a row, I imagine. Is this the longest running Halloween party?
I don't know. It's got to be close.
I'm going to say it's right up there.
It's up there. And I was looking at it, I said, wow, 8 years already.
Who's invited? I mean, I know you guys serve primarily the West Roxbury-Rosendale section of the city.
We invite everybody.
Okay.
You can't miss if you go around that road.
Oh, dude, you can't
all the
miss
lights.
Yeah, I mean, I've been there. We had video, which I couldn't find, unfortunately, this week. So
I remember the first time we were advertising. After that, after the first year, we didn't have to advertise
there was no need to advertise.
There was no need. They were coming.
You got foot traffic like you read about.
Exactly.
Okay, so 5 to 8 p.m., Friday night, free of cost, candy, pizza, food, costume contest, magicians, jugglers, clowns, lions, tigers, bears, everything.
It's a wonderful time.
Yeah.
It's a great opportunity. Family, friends, come on down.
I think I will see you this year.
Definitely.
All right, let's talk about some safety tips too. Because in addition to talking about I think we get the information conveyed about the fact that you guys got a kick butt party. Safety Halloween. I think we were saying it earlier. Starts in the house before you leave the door. Let's talk about costumes.
Have a game plan.
But let's talk costumes. What are we saying to folks?
Want to make sure those holes where you're looking through, the eyes are big enough that you can see whatever it is that you're going.
Yep.
Make sure
all these guys here on the screen seem to be all set in terms of being able to see where they're going.
and make sure that your costume is not too long that you trip over it.
Although our man Tim Thomas might have some issues. We'll have to.
Yeah.
We're hoping he can see things clearly. But no, the visibility thing is big. Before you leave the house, costume, you want to make sure your little one is in a safe costume.
Bright colors. We try to
reflective, bright colors. I couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah. And then when you go up to a house, it's important. Like a lot of you have these jack-o'-lanterns with the candles in it. You got to be careful. Your costume don't catch fire.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that you're aware of your surroundings and what you're doing.
It seems more and more too. People have the pumpkins that are lit up by the little light or what have you. You don't see the pumpkins with the candles as much, which is a good thing because people are obviously thinking in terms of safety as folks approach the house.
And we also recommend children under 10 don't trick or treat on their own. Make sure they're with their parents.
So let's before you leave the house, safe costume, and there's some good-looking costumes there. I'm loving the Buzz Lightyear costume.
Look at Super Mario.
Yeah, Super Mario in the house. Safe costume, reflective, loose fitting, something that's going to allow for some mobility and hopefully good visibility in the costume. And kids under 10, you got to be with a parent, I imagine.
Exactly, and then make sure you go over the rules with the kids as well. You know, make sure they understand the rules.
What do we have for rules? I mean, how long are they out there for? When do we cut the? When's Halloween come to an end?
Making sure they're not eating their candy. Make sure before they eat any of their candy, they get checked by their mother or their father, their parents.
Mom, dad, or a grown-up.
But
let's say, all right, you got the costume, you leave the door. Stay in your neighborhood. Stay in places you know.
Flashlight, some type of glow stick.
Good.
A glow stick.
Glow stick is nice. What time? I know we got this question before, but what's too late? Is it anything after 8, 8:30? Then it's like, okay, guys. You had your maybe like 5 o'clock, 8 o'clock.
I think between 5 to 8, the same time as this party is a good time.
Yeah, I think that's a good window of trick or treating opportunities.
And then if you go around your neighborhood, you should get enough candy.
Yeah.
You know you're not gonna eat all that candy.
You ain't gonna eat all that candy. I think I still have candy from back in the
day. Exactly.
And just the importance of being with an adult or in a group.
And when you go to cross the streets, make sure you're not running across.
Thank you.
Cross on the corners with the crosswalks.
Yeah, we got folks who are out and about driving on Halloween night. Obviously, foot traffic
that's another one.
Is God
Just for the drivers.
Yeah, please drive slow, folks. Be careful. Kids are so fired up, pumped up, psyched about trying to track down their goodies. They do have a tendency to run out between cars, so please be careful about that.
Drive slowly. Anticipate big pedestrian traffic out there during trick-or-treat hours, which is between 5:30 and 9:30 around.
Two other tips. A Halloween-friendly home. What's a Halloween-friendly home look like?
Bright lights. Make sure they're coming in plenty of lights.
Yep.
Not darkened. If you see anything darkened, that's usually an indication they don't want to participate.
Our person may not be home.
Yeah.
And when you get home, candy on the floor. If in doubt, see you later. Throw it out. And
some people come early and they run out of candy fast.
Yes. I want to hit on too. We got to hit on it before we say goodnight. Stranger danger on this night. If you're out and about and you've got somebody coming up to you, they're in a car, they're saying, "Hey, come to my car for candy." What do we want kids to know about that?
Stay away. Move away. Like I said, I teach just in the classroom about the importance of staying away and walking away and not approaching them no matter what. Yep. They can tell you, help me find my little dog, even help me find my little boy. You just say, no problem, I'll help you when I go get my dad or go get my mom. Always go get an adult, then come back and approach the person. I know we want to help, but the most important thing is our safety.
Yeah, stay away. Anybody in the car trying to give you candy or says to you, I need directions, or can you help me find my son or daughter? Bad news. Final word, party, when is it?
Friday the 28th between 5 and 8 o'clock at 1708 Center Street, West Roxbury, Mass. Area E5 Police Station, and I hope to see you all there.
And if you're there, my man will be there. It's going to be a great time, one of the best Halloween parties that BPD puts on. Be there or be square, I think, as the saying goes. Elvis Garcia.
Thank you again.
Buddy. Absolute pleasure. All right, folks, hopefully you enjoyed tonight's show. Safety tips on Halloween are huge. And if you're looking for a safe environment, fun environment in and around the holiday or the Halloween holiday, Friday, October 28th, District E5, be there. Thanks for watching. Good night, everybody. Have a great week and happy Halloween.
Thank you.